Welcome to the Endless Honeymoon Podcast. It's a very special day in the Casher Leggero household. We've got some fun guests.
I'm very excited about our guests. I'm not excited about the last 2 hours of my life that brought me to this moment in time right now.
What happened?
Well, you know what happened, but it's almost too disgusting to talk about on camera.
I recommended you not say it.
Well, the first part's really gross, but then it just starts to get comedic.
Well, let's find out.
Okay, so the baby had to go to the bathroom and used her potty, and then
She took a doom.
she took a
straight
dump.
Dumparoo.
And then we were like, oh,
Chocolate Mountain.
where did it go? Oh, the dog ate it, Pablo. And then he came
Actually,
in.
this dog.
And then he came inside,
Shit-ass
vomited all over,
Ugh, I don't think this is good
the
content.
couch, and then upstairs.
Shit vomit?
Wait, hold on. Then we were eating Chinese food, and then Moshe accidentally opened up a packet of chili oil all over him.
Well, it squirted.
It squirted.
The way you would. It squirted like a big nut in a comedic porn. You know where it's like ay. Like it was kind of like
all
splarsh.
over his face.
It went every drop went on his body.
Like chili oil that's too hot for children to eat. Like, you know, the
All over
restaurant
the dog.
puts it on the side.
To his credit, he was like kind of, and now I realize because I was thinking to myself, it just sprayed all over his face and like on his nose, and I was like, why isn't he like yelping? And then I realized he was probably like, oh, I don't feel pain. I just ate an entire human shit. Like, do you know how gangster I am? Like, I just ate a whole shit and then puked it up. I'm like John Rambo.
And so then he's got red chili oil all over his white bald body, and then runs right into the bedroom on our
comforter.
Our new comforter from our
brand new sheets sent to us by Brooklinen, one of our sponsors.
So he rolls around with his chili oil, and then we have to stop dinner so Moshe can give him a bath.
In the kitchen sink. I threw him in the kitchen sink and gingerly gave him a bath with his chili oil soaked. Look at him now, though.
He still has chili oil all over his eyes.
Well, I just did what I could. I mean, I scrubbed him, but he seems okay now.
So my question is, anyone out
Have
there...
you ever had a day that bad where you eat a whole shit, puke, get chili oil sprayed all over you like a bukkake scene, and then get a force bath?
I was actually more going to ask if anyone knew what to do if you don't like your dog.
Yeah, honey. We know you want to not have Pablo in your life anymore. What can I do? He
definitely lowers my
quality of life.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited about our next guests.
Well, I'm excited about them too. They are a comedy couple that are married, much like you and I.
They're so funny. They have one child. They are really cool parents, and I really love them both.
Yep, both great stand-ups.
I feel very lucky to know them.
Bonnie, a great director as well as a stand-up.
Bonnie's movie, Women Aren't Funny, is so good. It's ahead of its time. Please, you have to watch it. I don't understand why everyone didn't see this. It's so good. I think you can watch it on Amazon Prime.
Are you in it?
I remember filming it when I watched it. I don't remember seeing myself, but I think I'm in it.
Cut?
No, I think I am in it, but Let's
ask her about it. Why?
Either way, it's so good. It's got, Doug Stanhope's in it. There's a lot. She makes a lot of, I feel like I learned something from watching it that I hadn't seen before. It's about basically, I mean, it's a documentary style, fake documentary kind of about comedy. And the takeaway is something I had never really thought of and had framed in my head in that way. Like I really learned something.
What's the takeaway?
From the movie. That if you think that women aren't funny, you're just kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Idiot. You're just a dumb person. Like I don't know, just the way that it was framed, it's so funny.
It's one of these like bizarre, pervasive, I hesitate to even call it a myth because I don't think it's a myth. I think it's actually more of because I don't think it's people, when people are in the comments on the internet going like women aren't funny, I actually don't think that it's like I don't want to overstate it, but it's like a slur more than it is a myth. It's like it's a barbed weapon You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it's like there's been hugely famous and hugely hilarious women in comedy for 50 years now, right? So anybody that's saying something like that, it's not like they are, it's almost like saying like Jews are greedy, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's like you're right. It just betrays the kind of intellect you have. It's the kind of person that you are. That's what you're displaying when you say that kind of a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So such a good movie, and I know she worked on it for a few years. And if you haven't seen it, watch it now. It's so good. Actually,
don't watch it now.
Watch it instead of this podcast.
No. Don't watch it now. Wait until we introduce our guests, do a full podcast with
Women
them,
Aren't Funny.
and then get on to Amazon Prime and watch Women Aren't Funny. The director of Women Aren't Funny is waiting in the wings right now, the one and only
Bonnie McFarlane.
And her lovely husband, Rich Voss.
Hi.
Hello?
Wait, I can't see.
I can't see you either.
Sorry it's so late there. We won't keep you past an hour.
That's all right.
Hi, guys.
Wow, please, we all do. We stay up all
I can't
night.
see you guys.
That's what I said to them. That's what I said to Natasha. I said, these are nightclub performers. It's not like these are people that go to bed at 7 p.m.
Yeah, I can't sleep anyhow. Even if I try, I get 3, maybe 4 hours a night, then a nap in the day.
Rich, you look good.
Who does?
You.
Okay. I wanted to make sure it was me and not Bonnie.
Well, I already have seen Bonnie, but and she does look good, but I haven't seen you in a while. You seem younger or something. I don't know.
We have the Zoom on, touch up my appearance.
Also, too, and I came to this epiphany today that for the last year, I haven't had to deal with club owners and rejection. So now I have more self-esteem. So I feel a lot better.
Wait, Rich, can I tell you a story and you verify whether it's true or not?
Yes.
I often would ask club. I won't say what club, and we can edit this out if you don't want this to see the public light of day.
I don't.
But I would often ask bookers at clubs, "What's the worst comedian situation you've ever had to deal with?" And one club owner told me, "Tell me if this is true, that you were booked at a club and you were in the hotel and you hated the hotel that they put you in, and said, 'I'm not staying here. I got to go someplace else.' And they wouldn't move you, and then finally you paid for it yourself or something like that. Anyway, when the maid went into the room, the heat had been turned all the way up, and there were cold cuts on the radiator, so that it was like cooking meat. Is that?
Well, one, I think the only place that happened was Dr. Grins or Grim.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't gonna say.
I don't care. It's a dump. It's a dump.
Where's that?
It's outside of Detroit. It was such a dump. But
what's with the meat? No. First of all, can I just say this? If it was me and someone told me that story, I'd be like, the meat part's not true. Like I would just clear that up so quickly.
Well, but let me tell you right from the beginning. First of all, the hotel stunk. The gig stunk. Let me. I don't eat meat. Like the only thing I ate in life for the last 30 years, but I even quit that, was chicken and turkey. I didn't eat meat. So no, that's not true. If anything,
why wouldn't you say? Well, how would you not know if you like?
Well, who knows? I do a lot of weird things in hotels with food. You know, if I'm.
So it sounds like it's verified, Moshe.
It could be called. I don't think I did that though. I wouldn't.
Well, you wouldn't say I don't.
Oh
think
no! Wait.
I did
Here's why I wouldn't do it. Here's why it couldn't have happened. One, I don't eat. Me too. I wouldn't be cooking meat.
Well, the thing that you don't eat meat actually leads me to believe that it did happen, because there's no way you would leave food that you would actually eat to rot in a hotel room. Like I know your personality, and you will not give up free food.
Are you as stupid as they are? First of all, what I'm trying to say is...
Did you just insult everyone?
No, I mean the people at the hotel.
Oh.
Storing meat on a rack. You want to store meat, you freeze it, you keep it cold.
He's saying you did it to be a dick. You don't.
Yeah, like it was a retaliatory.
Oh no!
Why would anyone just leave meat on a radiator?
No, maybe by accident I left some on somewhere. No, I would never do that, because it wasn't the hotel's fault that the club booked me there. I would never. I'm not. Listen, I'm sober. I'm a sober person. I don't do that kind of shit. I would tell the owner to go fuck himself. But I would never, I'm not one of these guys that go in the road and back in the day and in the condo and threw the patio furniture in the pool.
It sounds like Dr. Grins took it the wrong way, whatever happened, and they thought they took it as a personal affront.
And you were just grilling meat.
I can't believe you left a sandwich behind. I really apologize. I've never seen you do that.
No, listen. I can't wait till I leave you behind. Oh, you're my sandwich right now. Anyhow, the gig. Yeah, I'm going to leave you behind.
Oh.
But why badmouth a gig that was in a food court?
Because he's bad mouthing you. That's why.
Oh.
I think this is a long time ago.
Oh, no, this was many years ago. I mean, hey, listen.
Oh, it happened again a couple weeks ago at another place. No.
Well, wait, I want to just say that you guys I know we're all joking, but you guys have like such a fun relationship. I love your podcast. I love watching your Instagram stories. I had you both over for dinner at my house. I left for 5 minutes. I come back. You, your daughter, and Bonnie, you guys are all just laughing together. You seem to really enjoy each other's company, and it's very inspiring.
Well, it's Ray and I making fun of Rich 95% of this.
Well, at least, Bonnie, you allowed Rich to keep his design aesthetic in your house when you guys moved in.
Okay, yes. I wanted to point that out, that this is Rich's believes that he's an incredible interior decorator.
I'm great.
And
wait, is this really you? I was joking. I assumed this was all Bonnie.
This is 100% Rich. This is 100%. And
I love Victorian oil paintings.
Listen, what happened was that he has a lot of these. He loves buying them on eBay. He buys them for the frames.
No. I bought some at garage sales.
He loves the gold frame. And
Me too.
Yeah, I feel like, Rich, you should be with Natasha. This feels like more of a match, the two of you.
Well, you've only got the one, and that upsets him to see any.
Well, there's a lot of
empty wall space. He's been watching The Crown, and all he does is go like this. Oh, those paintings!
Every room has like 10 gigantic, beautiful paintings. Have you seen The Crown?
Yeah,
we're watching it together.
It's unbelievable. The artwork. Forget the storyline. Look at the artwork.
Well, they were able to pilfer the entire Western world. I mean, that's what the royals did. They had their choice, pick of the litter.
Yeah.
Well, Rich wants to get fakes.
I don't have to listen. If we turned it around, I've shown them that other picture. If that's real, that's worth $35,000.
What are your search words on eBay? Whoa.
Anal. Oh wait,
is that a Renoir? Renoir?
Wait, you go to eBay for anal?
No.
Yes,
are there good deals?
I got the website mixed up.
You could buy it now. Fuck it now.
Yeah.
Rich, not every room has to be salon style artwork.
No. The living room only has.
But every day he says, "We gotta get more." He's addicted to the buying. He's got an addiction issue.
Oh, what is? Is this what do you call one of those? Where they get you together? What's it called? And
I thought you might be able to help him, Natasha.
Oh, is it an intervention on your oil painting?
They're going to read you some letters. Okay.
There's no way we could bring Natasha to an intervention on buying antiques online because she's got as big a problem as you do. I think Bonnie and I need to go to a group to get support for having a partner with this problem. Natasha does it with furniture. She'll start getting panicky, like when you're a drug addict and you're about to cop and you start acting like really strange because there's a dealer coming over but you don't want to tell people. That's how Natasha starts acting when there's someone coming to drop furniture off.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Moshe's asked me if I'm trying to start a restaurant because like in the yard I have all these different I just can't stop buying,
There's nothing
Your
better
place
than
is amazing.
There's nothing better than antiques. Either you can marry one or you could revarnish one.
Hey.
Listen, you say you're trashing me. I'm sorry, I won't say anything mean again. But
I don't care.
What I'm saying is, before years ago, I used to have. I mean, I have anxiety now, but when I had it really bad, I would go buy furniture at garage sales, and up in my apartment when I lived alone and sad, I would strip it and refurnish, redo it and varnish it, and nice antiques. It had a nice armoire.
Tell them what happened when your brother died and you asked them if They said that the casket was like the price of the caskets. And then he said the unvarnished one, he goes, "Can I come in?"
No, listen. It's in my act. It's true. I mean, it's in
Just say
the unstained one, okay? The stained one, exactly the same as the unstained one, was like $2,000 more, and it would have taken me an hour to stain it for two. I said, just let me come and I'll stain it. I know I used to remodel houses. What the fuck? Okay, no,
That's why I like the Jewish coffins. Have like the traditional Jew coffin.
Yeah,
it's just a plain pine box. It's no varnish. No, it costs what the lumber costs.
That's what it should be.
Yeah, well, who cares? Why do you have to be in a Cadillac?
Right.
No, I know shit. I would have thrown them in my fucking Marlboro Mile sleeping bag. I don't care,
Wait, so to answer, or I know we've all been like stuck in the house, and you're probably used to Rich being on the road all the time. Bonnie, you go on the road. Like, what's your secret to remaining so happy during all this time?
Well, and have you? Because I was wondering, because like Natasha and I have a similar relationship to the one you guys have, which is that our love is based on this like constant roast of each other, which is working really well when we would leave town and come back and talk some shit, and then leave town and come back and talk some shit. Now we've been together for like a year straight, and it's getting a little rougher around the edges.
It's horrific.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh, I'd rather live in a Lebanese tent with a yarmulke.
Rich leaves every night to go to Walmart, which leads me to believe there's some kind of blowjob ring going on behind Walmart.
You go to Walmart every night for what?
Not every night. I go once in a blue moon.
Exactly.
Are you trying to do a set out front?
No, I'll go to the supermarket. When it's warm, when it's nice, I can go play golf for 4.5, 5 hours, and there was more outside gigs, back here in Jersey, now that it's cold. I mean, I don't even have any projects around the house to do. I was landscaping all, spring and summer. And, now I go in the garage, I hit golf balls into my net in the garage. I go downstairs, I work out, we have a gym downstairs. I try to stay busy and keep away from each other. And then we have our hour to it. And then we have our,
we do sometimes we'll be like, are you going to go downstairs and watch TV? I'll be up here. Like we do.
Yeah.
Try to keep.
Well, I'm trying to learn a little more about politics. So I've been watching Madam Secretary. So
politics is actually a lot of fun right now. I'm glad you're joining in now, because it's been really good the last couple of years. It's been fun.
It was scary there for a minute.
Thank God I could put my red hat back on now without getting attention. My high school team was the Cardinals, so I have a Cardinals hat, but I couldn't wear it for 4 years because people would think, "Oh fuck, I'm going to a rally or something."
No, it's definitely been a bad time for red baseball caps, or a good time depending on where you live.
That and little mustaches. You can't do the little mustache anymore.
For a long time, that's been a problem.
He always goes, "This year, no, still can't."
What about you, Bonnie? What's your day like? What do you do to keep yourself sane?
I make breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and all the laundry, and it's so fun. I just yell at everyone all day long. I walk around going like, "What am I, a slave?" And
yeah, laundry is your varnishing an antique, right?
Yes. Like they'll, they all want different food. Like it's not like the olden days where like the mom would put a meal on the table. It's like, Raina, they'll order like I'm a diner or something. They'll be like, "I'll get spaghetti."
Yeah. Yeah, but not like
tonight. Rich was like, "We're having sausages and onions."
Oh, what a liar! I was at the supermarket on my daily run, and Bonnie calls me there and says, "Do you want to have pasta and sausage?" And believe me, it's vegan sausage, and she's gluten-free and vegan, so everything is fucking bland. Excuse my language. So I'm at the supermarket. And I said to myself, why should she have to make two different spaghettis, the good tasting one and hers? I said, you know what? I'll get the vegan sausage, $9 for 4. I'll get the vegan sausage, and I'll get a pepper and an onion. And we had a pepper and onion. I made her life easier tonight, and I could have made my own. Listen. I'm a survivor. I don't need. What are you kidding me? I bought shrimp.
Did I choose correctly or what?
You know how you can make a vegan sausage really flavorful? There's a trick to it. You just go to a Courtyard Marriott right outside of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and throw that bad boy right on the radiator and wait for the waitstaff to come in.
Well, I think you guys are inspiring, and you seem like really fun parents. And
we do have fun. We either are laughing or yelling at each other.
Yeah. I called my older daughters tonight. I talked to I have one daughter who's 30 years old, engaged, and the other one's married, 28. And it's a great, it's just great. The kids are great. Raina, purple hair, a product of Bonnie. And she's so cool. Our 13-year-old is super cool. She's just super
Natasha always talks about your daughter as like the sort of paradigm of like a cool kid, just so you know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she just seems like engaged and funny and smart and
thank you.
Likes you guys. She doesn't hate you yet, right? Or maybe she never will.
Well, it's funny. I was talking to somebody. And we were driving a couple weeks ago. We're in the car in the front seat. My daughter was in the back, and she went, "Hey guys!" Like it was so like, but
she was just having a conversation with us, but she called us guys.
Hey guys! No, but I would never say that. I've never said something like that to my parents because they were divorced and never together. But hey guys, like she's one that, you know what I mean?
Like we're all just not equals hanging out.
Yeah, not like, hey mother, hey father.
Oh no, she calls us by our first names too.
She calls you Bonnie and Rich?
Oh yes. I mean, she'll say mom and dad too, but she uses Bonnie and Rich a lot. Especially if you've fucked up or you've done something weird. She'd be like, whoa, Bonnie,
Yeah, because Bonnie will flash her. Bonnie runs by and flashes her.
Because she'll be on Zoom at school doing school, and then I'll be on the other side of the computer. Sometimes I flash her just to be.
You flash her? Well, I remember texting Bonnie about like smoking pot, and she's like, "No, I never do that." And then she's like, "Raina checks all my messages, or Raina's on this phone too." And so I was like, I didn't know you end up sharing your media with your kid, I guess.
Well, I just don't. At this point, I would turn it off. Like at the point where I really probably should be sort of, digging into her text messages. I want to like figure out how to separate them because I don't want her to know my. It's like it's hard to have actual conversations with people when you're like, oh, my kid could read this.
Wait, so your kid has a cell phone?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
When did you give her a cell phone?
When she was 7.
What age? 7?
I know. How old was she? Wait, she's 13 now?
I don't know. Maybe 8 or 9.
No, not that long ago.
I mean, well, she had a phone for a long time that didn't. She would just use it for games. Like if you had to get Wi-Fi.
Probably, I wouldn't say, maybe 9.5.
They don't know. They don't care about the right answer. You just say something.
No, Natasha does. She's obsessed with the technology coming to destroy the minds of all young people.
Well, from what I understand,
but listen to what they're saying. The coolest teenage girl you've ever met has had a phone for.
Well, she's not a teenager.
She's 13, right?
Yes.
Well, the thing is that like she would rather hang out and like do stuff with Rich and I. Like she loves playing games at night and stuff like that. But we get tired of dealing. We're like, we're not like, don't you have a phone? Like, where's your phone? Go get your phone.
Yeah, but see, I agree with Natasha. Like my older daughters played sports. My one daughter was second team, all state second team in basketball in the state. My daughters, I used to go to their games. I would sit there with Bonnie. My ex-wife would be with her husband, and I'd watch my daughter, kids play well, you can't sit and watch your daughter play Minecraft. My kid is
sitting and watching her play basketball sounds pretty awful.
Yeah.
Not for Rich. That's a man's man right there. He's varnishing furniture in the stands.
He used to get so mad though, and he would yell
No.
Oh, he would embarrass them so bad. And I realized at some point that it's because
It's because I had money on the game.
in his.
No, but Al Madrigal is obsessed with us getting our kid into sports because he thinks that is the secret to making sure a kid stays off drugs. No trouble at all. If you get them into sports, they will become non-troubled adults.
Well, I think it's because they learn teamwork and they're out there with friends and they're hanging out. They're being social. They're not on fucking like this all day. I think growing up, that's all we did was going outside and play sports.
I know, but I'm just saying it's during a pandemic. It's kind of difficult.
No, we're suggesting that a good thing to do would be to get into indoor team sports right now.
Yeah. People here though do it like it's weird. It's people do stuff that I don't think they should do.
You could take them out to the garage and I'll hit golf balls in front of them if you want. I mean, there's indoor tennis around here. I just want her to be active.
Yeah, it's hard. My dad just got our 2-year-old a robot, like an AI robot, and it's like singing songs like, my friend Spencer, came over and I had too much screen time. And he keeps talking about screen time, the robot. And like, my daughter doesn't know what screen time is. And it's like, and then my mom wanted to take away my iPad and I cried. And it's just like, she doesn't have an iPad. Like, I just don't, from what I understand, what TV passive technology is okay, but like the whole thing with like the little kids like touching everything and then their synapses are going everywhere and they're learning how to, they're getting as addicted as we are. I'm more addicted to my phone now than I was a year ago.
Yeah, you see little kids like swiping magazines. They think have you ever seen that?
No.
Swipe, yeah. But the thing is that we get mad at her for having too much screen time too, and then I think like we got her addicted. And now we're like, stop it.
I didn't get her addicted.
Well, the whole world did, of course. Yeah. You're addicted to your phone too.
We all are.
I just go on Twitter and I block people. I block Twitter. I've blocked.
No infraction. You just preemptively block them.
Oh no. It's. Can I tell you something? He doesn't understand Twitter, so sometimes it'll be people that are actually defending him. So somebody will say something mean to him, and then somebody else will be like, "You're the one who's the asshole." Oh, blocked.
No,
that guy's sticking up for you.
I've learned a lot.
But he doesn't know how to click it to see the conversation.
I've blocked 2,271 people so far. You can check your numbers.
You want a tip that'll change your life? If you don't want to block people, because you know what happens when you block them, then they start tweeting like "blocked by Rich Voss."
But he likes that, I think.
That's something you're into. But anyway, this is a trick I learned because I didn't want to deal with that. Yeah. It's something called the Force Unfollow. It's a great technique.
What?
If somebody talks shit to you, you go to them, you block them, then you immediately unblock them, which forces them to stop following you, and then you mute them. So they won't notice that they don't follow you anymore. They won't see you, and you'll never hear from them again. And then they can't tweet that I was officially blocked by this person.
Well, I think there's a website that's somewhere blocked by Voss. But the thing is,
Blocked by Rich Voss is a website.
A Twitter handle or something. Whatever
But people used to constantly tweet at me and be like, "I don't know why I got blocked. I was sticking up for him. Please help me."
Listen. If you comment on my wall and it's semi-negative and you don't follow me, automatic block. Automatic. If you're not following me, who are you to comment? You're gone. Out.
Well,
just mean people.
I think that if you don't have the tolerance for it, why bother?
It's just oh my go back.
I don't know.
Just go back. Oh my God.
Wait, so can we take a few calls and see if you could share some of your wisdom with
wisdom or insult them, whatever you feel is most appropriate.
Are you guys up for that?
By the way, Rich, early on in my career, I don't know if you remember Rich, I opened for Rich at the Punchline, and he gave me a tag. Or actually, he was just making fun of me from on stage. Funny. it was so funny that afterwards I went up to him at the end of the week. I was like, at the end of the week, do you mind if I just keep that and start saying it about myself? And he's like, yeah, I'm never going to insult you again when I'm on the road without you. And it was in my first TV spot live at Gotham was
What
a
was
line.
it?
I used to do this bit about my hairy arms, and I would pull it up about how they stopped right here. And I think Rich said it looks like you were a werewolf on a full moon, but I don't remember the exact line, but something like you only looked up for a second or some version, something like that. And it was so funny.
Like some guy today on Twitter, he wrote, I opened for a boss. He was so nice to me, so kind. It was very inspirational, all the stuff. And I just wrote back, bug off.
You blocked him. All right, yeah, let's do some calls.
Okay, we're going to call Rose in Charleston. You guys are going to get to see her and see if we can help her.
Okay.
Look at the setup. They're real.
Oh.
Hey, Rose.
Hi, Rose.
Hi, guys.
Cool, Rose.
Mm-hmm.
We're here with Bonnie McFarlane and Rich Voss and my husband Moshe
there.
and Natasha.
Nice shirt.
Hey, y'all.
How's it going?
Is that shirt Peter Max?
It's not.
Rich, you?
Thanks for asking, though. A lot of people say that.
You're not that special, Rich.
No, you're surprising me on every level. He's an antique refurbisher. He's a fashionista. I just didn't know this about you at all.
I mean, how do you think he got Bonnie?
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
he's always saying like she got him, but that's obviously part of their shtick.
The first time he met me, he asked me if my shirt was Peter Max. I'm not soliciting. I'm not saying that's the thing. I'm just saying.
Do you guys want to do a breakout Zoom? The two of you, just Rich and Rose, just figure something out?
Okay, Rose, what's going on?
Oh, my God. Okay. So I'm in Charleston, South Carolina. Peak
It's
civilization.
dope. That's a great city.
My daughter went to one semester there at a college there, but she bailed out. She couldn't handle it.
Not the Citadel, right?
No, that's no.
All right.
He's like, I don't remember the name of it, but it wasn't that one.
So you're in Charleston, yeah? Truly a beautiful place.
It is beautiful. I moved here specifically to be a community organizer with this interfaith nonprofit. And in a lot of ways, I love the work.
Or are you like one of those kind of cool Christians who's like tricking people with your septum ring into finding Jesus?
It would be easier if I was. I'm not a
Okay.
Christian at all. I had never been to church until this job.
Okay.
So I don't know
Got
how
it.
I got here, but so I do community organizing and I love it. And also I kind of hate it and I'm ready for a change. And I just am very conflicted about making this big life change because it was never supposed to be permanent, but then I started getting good at it and made all these relationships and bought a house. But I really want to move somewhere with just a little more going on, especially post-pandemic.
Are all these questions this long?
Well, how do you buy a house if you're working for a nonprofit?
Yeah.
Right? Great question.
Well,
Yeah,
But
my sister works for a nonprofit, and she's always like, she wants you to think she's Mother Teresa, but I'm like, you get paid so much. I'm like, oh, I didn't know Mother Teresa had a boat.
I don't have a boat yet, but I also have a boyfriend. So it wasn't just
You bought a house with your boyfriend?
yeah,
How long have you been at this job?
3 years.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
I can accept that, I guess.
Do you like the city? Do you like Charleston?
Not really. I mean, it's beautiful because it's right on the beach, but that's about it.
I mean, it's a world-class, one of the most beautiful cities in the United States. I mean, Charleston's gorgeous, but you want to be like where the action is. You want to make that shirt count.
Exactly.
Got it.
I got on this dating app for polyamorous people and I swiped through all the options in a minute. There are 9 people on the app. There are no bike lanes in Charleston.
Okay, got it. I think
There are literally 0 bike lanes.
So you are living with a boyfriend that you bought a house with, right?
Yeah.
And you want to kind of leave everything behind, sell your house, move to the big city, and start fucking as many people as you can, kind of a thing.
And yeah, in so many words.
This is
Okay,
like
got
the
it.
opposite of Green Acres.
Exactly. I should have just said that. Make
What?
the question shorter.
Wait, Rose, what do you want to do? What would you do in New York, which is clearly where you want to live?
I don't want to live. I want to move to Chicago because I have a lot of people up there. But everyone says it's shitty and cold. But anyway, I don't know what I want to do. There are a lot of not Chicago.
You know what? Here's the thing. Everybody says, I want to live in the city. I want nightlife. My daughter was, finally they bought a house outside. It gets tired.
Outside?
No, I mean, the whole city, the whole nightlife, that gets tired. Well, you look, you're about 23, whatever, 24, I don't know. But by the time
he used to work at the circus.
I did. So,
he's gonna do your weight next. It gets rude. It gets rude very quickly.
This is just my dumb opinion. But you move outside of the city in the suburbs somewhere. And if you want to go in the city, you go. We're an hour from New York or an hour from Philly. And we have an acre.
And we never go to Philly.
No, but we have an acre. What I'm saying is, you don't want to spend the high prices in the city. You want to go in, get out, and still have a life outside of the city. You see what I'm saying?
But not when you're trying to fuck like 4 different people a week.
Yes.
Well, you don't. Yeah, but she's got a boyfriend. She's not trying to do that.
You missed a big detail, Rich.
Yeah. He doesn't. Anytime there's a word he doesn't know, it kind of it's like a 7-second delay on both sides.
That's like what happened to the school your daughter went to.
Get her.
They're in there's somebody you might like, Rose. No, they're in a polyamorous relationship, and that's part of the problem Rose is having. Is that in polyamorous means that it's open. Right, Rose? Am I saying?
Yes.
Am I speaking out of class here?
Yes. No, that's perfect.
They have an open relationship, and she lives in the place in a more conservative town than she wants to live. She wants to be in a wild place.
Oh, look it! Listen. Look it. What I'm saying is, right down the block from us, there's a house for sale.
Hey.
It's an hour outside of New York. It's an hour outside of Philly. It's 5 minutes from their place.
Let me finish.
Drop the pen. Drop it.
Oh. Okay, got it.
Charleston there's not a lot going on. And after the pandemic, I just want to be able to go out and have experiences and be in a place where there's culture and people. And
you got to go outside of the U.S. then. Sorry.
Charleston, if there's the most U.S. city in the U.S. is Charleston. I would make that.
I got you. Tell me if I'm wrong. Natasha, do you want to?
You're over it. You're over Charleston. You're young. You're not that into your boyfriend.
I love my boyfriend's the greatest person on earth.
Would he go with you?
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so
we're in it together.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Rose, let me see if this sounds accurate, because this is what I'm getting from. There's a lot of hilarious stuff going on, but I'm trying to focus and take you seriously. Is that how old are you for real?
27.
I think
27.
Polyurethane.
You're 27. You own a house. You're kind of in a lightweight marriage, even though it's an open one. But that doesn't really give you the excitement that you need because you live in Charleston. There's nobody to pick from. You got a grown-up big boy job. Your big boy life. You live in kind of I wouldn't say a slow city, but not a vibrant city. And now you're going, damn, I got adult too quickly. I want to throw a grenade at my life, blow it all up, and kind of start over and be wild again, kind of a thing, right?
Yeah, when me and my boyfriend talk about it, it feels like we settled into this thing that we didn't expect to be permanent, and now we feel a little trapped.
Right. Got it.
And it doesn't feel like a great fit.
So what's the plan, though? What would you do?
Well, I have a job interview in Chicago next week, which feels very quick to me. But I don't know what I want. There are a lot of things that bring me a lot of joy and fulfillment, but I don't know how you choose.
Yeah. How long did it take you to do your hair today? Move to Chicago and double that.
Why?
It's the Windy City.
Oh, it's a Windy City joke. Rich, that's too edgy. That's too much for this podcast.
I'm just throwing stuff out. Whatever sticks.
I want you to take a look at how much you're spending on hairspray. Double it.
Thanks, guys. That's really why I came here tonight.
I don't know if Chicago's where you want to be.
Just like wherever any big city, just move to the suburbs and you can go in the city and do whatever you want.
I'm in the suburbs. I don't want to go to the
there's
suburbs.
no big city by you that you could sit.
I think he's suggesting Austin.
No, she's not a comic.
You love Joe Rogan.
A lot of comics are moving to Austin.
Tosh, what are you thinking?
Rose, you might be young enough to have never heard this phrase or this saying, but it's a jump and the net will appear.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh.
So you kind of have to like go there you just have to do it, you know?
Yeah, I kind of think that that's right. I think Natasha's right. Like if you're feeling ennui and unrest in the life choices you've made, you're young enough to make another decision. To me, your life sounds enviable. Like to me, it sounds cool to live in Charleston, which is like a super beautiful world-class city, have an awesome job where you're giving back to the community, own your own home and have love. And like your biggest problem is like there's not enough cocaine and polyamorous lovers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
But Charleston will always be there.
Yeah, no doubt. I think there's nothing wrong with just like Natasha said, taking a leap and just seeing what's there. I'd rather live in Charleston than Chicago, 100%. But
I wouldn't be caught dead living in Chicago.
And there's nothing wrong with being ennui if you don't know what it means either. Okay, you could be.
I said ennui on our last podcast, and he yelled at me. He was like, "Nobody uses that word." So
Yeah.
thank you.
And here we are.
Yeah.
well, Bonnie emailed me, Rich, and she was like, "Would you mind throwing ennui in at some point?"
We're surrounded by animals.
No, I think especially at this point, it's like go to Chicago. See, move in a year.
Why would y'all not be caught dead living in Chicago?
What's that?
I'm
Just
from
sounds
there.
Cold.
It's
Yeah.
cold. It's like, the kind of cold in the winter where like your nose hairs like hurt. It's
Yeah.
like it's and it truly is like gusts of wind. It's but
Also, I
that
think
being
I have a feeling that it would start.
What the hell is that thing?
That's a cat. It's been trying to guest star on this podcast all night. My feeling about Chicago has always been if I want to live in a big city that gets super cold, I would just move to New York.
It's
why
more
not just
expensive.
live in New York?
More
I mean,
more
just-
expensive.
so what? Fuck it. Aren't you trying to live in poverty? Don't you have a stable life where your financial choices have made your life good? You're leaving that all behind. So go be impoverished in a like 50-person loft in Bushwick and see what happens.
Yeah.
But
I
it
think
seems
you
really
could
shitty
raise I think you could rise to a higher career in Chicago than you could in New York more quickly. New York is very hard. You could have a cool apartment. There's world-class restaurants, and the summers are glorious.
But wouldn't it start to just feel like a small? I mean, I feel like it would just start to feel small after a while.
Anyhow, thank you for calling.
Sorry, I tried to say something.
Hold on.
Bye.
No.
Wait,
no.
No, Rose, I think that, it's like, but also we've been to every city. We're comedians, and we're assholes and we're all like, 10 to 20 years older than you. So, we have a different, if you're feeling that being drawn to it, you're going to feel the same way in a year in Charleston.
Right.
So you just need to kind of like get it out of your system.
This is what I think. I think
You
that
can
like
always go
basically.
back.
What's that, Bonnie?
I said you can always move back. I
Here's the
mean,
thing: wherever you go in life, you take yourself with you.
Come on.
I saw that on a
Ennui.
TikTok today.
What's that?
I saw that on a TikTok today.
You did? Oh, somebody else.
Yeah.
Somebody else is in recovery.
I mean,
Wherever you go, there you are. That whole thing.
Here's the reality, Rose. We're all experiencing this monumental restructuring of the way that we see ourselves because we've all
Right.
spent a year like sort of indoors and realizing that our lives weren't the things that we thought made our lives, right? We all thought that our life, for me anyway, I thought my life was like going out, my friends, my family, like the work, going to comedy clubs, performing. These were the kind of building blocks that made my life. And then when they took like 15 of those building blocks away, I was like, wow, I'm still alive. I'm just as alive as I was before this whole thing started, right? And so then you have
Now I wear a ponytail.
Now I've got exactly. We all make.
I don't match my socks anymore. I hold my spoon differently. I
Right.
burp whenever I want.
Yeah, we all have made choices. I look up to see what polyamorous lovers are available in my local area, whether my partner knows about it or not. We're the same in that way, Rose.
Right. Absolutely.
So I'm just saying, like, isn't that true? Like, everybody's kind of looking at their lives and going, like, what's important to me? What do I want to be? What's the next year of my life going to be? Sounds like that's what you're doing, and you want to throw a grenade in your life. I think you should do it because you have the runway left to do it.
yeah, great.
I feel like I'm at a junction, but it also feels too late. Like I'm stuck here.
No.
Can I?
Yeah, I don't
Can I
think-
ask you something semi-personal? Are you watching Madam Secretary?
Who is this guy? You're going to figure out my future. And you're like recycling TikTok knowledge. What is this?
I'm saying there's a lot of answers. There's a lot of answers on it with Madam Secretary. She solves a lot of problems international.
I think he's trying to say DC.
It might be DC for you.
No, Rose, you know what? You just have to do it. You owe it to yourself. Do it. Either take the dude or don't. But you just, and also, the universe will speak to you. If you get this job, then it's like, okay, well, this is like, there's forward momentum, like you want to move towards the momentum. So it's like, if you all of a sudden get a job there, then, I mean, if doors are closing in Chicago and it's not working out and it feels like a struggle, maybe that's not the place. But, you just kind of have to put your feelers out and see where the momentum is pushing you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I
feel like you're unimpressed with what you've been getting from us, Rose.
No, it's very helpful. I love it.
Just the other day, I was really confused about something. So I went to YouTube and watched Voss Roast. And I think I came up with a lot of answers.
This is a roast of you that you want.
It is, I don't know when I feel like I've pigeonholed myself into the nonprofit. I don't know if y'all have worked for nonprofits, but it just feels like.
Well, my career for a long time was a nonprofit. So yeah.
It's just, I feel like I've pigeonholed myself into this relatively toxic little industry, and I don't know what else I want to do. Here.
I just realized though, this is what you have to really know about yourself, and then take it however you want. But you didn't even know. You just kind of fell into this job and ended up being really good at it. So it's like you clearly are good at whatever the skills are that you have talent. You have skills. People like you. You moved up really fast. So what makes you think that's not going to happen in another job? I mean, you just have to, you have to just do it. You have to go for it. And then maybe that job in Chicago will lead you to another job in Philly or wherever, you know what I mean? You just have to kind of go for it. And you're traveling light right now. You don't have a bunch of kids,
I just think from a bird's eye view, Rose, you describing your life to me is like, I got into community organizing. I make a good living doing community organizing. I own a home in a really awesome city that's on the beach with somebody that I love. I'm just having a hard time feeling like, oh, this poor girl doesn't know where she's going in life. It's like, it feels like you got your shit together. If you want to throw a bomb into that mix and just leap and see where the net is, I think that's a fine choice to make too.
She works for a bunch of Christians.
Okay.
But look how creative as you are, that you could take, cookie cutters and make earrings out of them. You might want to look at your creative side. You know what I'm saying? To move like a Provincetown or San Francisco or something.
But this idea though, Rose, that like everyone deserves to have some sort of vibrant and unbelievably like cutting edge, exciting life. Like, I don't like, you deserve happiness. I don't know if happiness lies in finding what your career, this equation of like my career is my bliss, I feel like is flawed. I don't so many people are working minimum wage jobs just for a corporation, putting a thing into a box and putting tape over it, and those people have a way to find bliss too. So I don't know if going to Chicago is going to fundamentally change your feelings of like being bored in your circumstances, but it couldn't hurt. I think you'll have some fun.
It's going to hurt.
Well, Rose, we've given you a lot of different perspectives. Why don't you sit with it? Definitely go to your job interview, and why don't you pick a few other places and a few other areas to apply for and kind of see what sticks and where you see momentum. And
I think that's the move.
Yeah, I think you should. And maybe after really thinking about it, you stay where you are. But
I like the momentum thing. I like the idea of wherever I will end up there. And that's
the universe speaks to you through circumstance. So when you start finding different and TikTok. So when you start, and also maybe looking for that synchronicity, like, oh, this is, in this meeting, they said this, and that's exactly the skill that I want to develop more, and then look, we found an apartment, you just have to kind of like really push at it. It takes work.
We should probably go.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Let me say one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right before I was early on in my comedy career, I was like 3 years in. I had a choice. I came to a crossroads like you're talking about. I had nothing going on with comedy. Nobody was I couldn't get stage time in San Francisco. I couldn't work at the Punchline. I couldn't get any kind of activity going, but I knew I was funny. My brother was living in Israel and my best friend was living there too. And I got into graduate school. All the three of those things happened at the same time. I was going to go to graduate school for social work, or I was going to move to Israel to go be with my brother and my best friend and like have a spiritual journey or whatever in Israel, or I was going to stay in San Francisco and like double down on this career that had given me no information that it was ever going to be successful. I couldn't decide. I truly just couldn't decide. My brother finally said, like, sometimes there isn't an answer. Like, they say like in like AA, they'll say like, look, search for God's will. And it was like, sometimes God's will or whatever, the universe's will or the momentum is just the choice that you make. You create the momentum by making the choice. So I was like, I decided comedy. I'm going to just do the comedy thing. These other two doors closed. Graduate school was gone. I wasn't going to go to Israel. I focused on comedy. The minute I started doing that, I got a gig to open for Rich Voss at the Punchline, and ever since then I got this tag, and ever since then I've been but
by closing the doors,
I made the momentum happen, and that's the reason that I'm married to Natasha. That's the reason I have a family. That's the reason I'm a professional comedian. If without that decision that I really made, I would not have known that the universe had been planning this thing for me this whole time. So that's what you got to do: make a choice.
And the other night, a quick story. My wife and I were having sex. And I'm thinking the whole time, whatever happened to Albert Finney? I'm thinking, what the fuck happened to Albert Finney?
And you screamed out, "Oh, Madam Secretary!"
Well, that was very helpful, especially that last piece.
Good. I'm glad, Rose. Good luck out there.
Good luck.
Thanks, y'all.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Watch Rose. Free on YouTube.
I know. I wish should I put them in a
yeah, go put the cat somewhere. All right.
I mean, they're not bothering us, you guys.
No, we like it.
We just got.
It's like a little
I
guest
love
star.
this cat. We had the Yorkie. We had our Yorkie for like 4 years.
Oh, that's so cute. I like dogs.
But we got this cat. This cat's amazing. It's so cool. I personally would like, a Saint Bernard or a Shepherd, but you can't get a Shepherd and have homeowners insurance.
Is that true? I want to get a German Shepherd.
You got to pay extra, or some people will drop you. If you have
a German Shepherd, people drop you from insurance?
If it's a Jewish insurance company. No, no, I mean, certain dogs. I just thought of it. No, because
that's what I'm saying. These kinds of riffs will make it into your act if you want them, and you approach them after the week.
I might act like I'm fucking with Ring.
Hey, is that a part of your gig?
No, I mean, like if you have Doberman, Pit Bull, there's certain dogs that some insurance companies will not give you homeowners because they attack.
Whoa.
Oh,
so
fuck.
Well, maybe not a German Shepherd.
Moshe wants a German Shepherd.
I heard German Shepherd.
He's too afraid to get a gun.
Well, I just feel like a German Shepherd's more effective than a gun. It's like I might get nervous and fumble.
No, you can't have a gun in your house.
Yes,
cartoon
I wouldn't
style.
let Rich get a gun, and he got
I got a rifle.
No, you didn't.
I'm gonna. I've been taking.
That's why you go to Walmart. He's staring at the rifles.
No, he got a bow and arrow.
Well,
he does it all the time. He does it downstairs. I know how I'm gonna die.
I have a compound bow. I mean, I have a crossbow and a compound bow, but whatever.
So since we have 10 minutes, we have like some secrets that people call in. So maybe we could play them and listen to them and then just make fun of them.
Yeah, it's like a secrets hotline. People call and leave them.
Hi, Natasha and Moshe. I have a secret. I work in a 2-person department, and since COVID, I can't, we alternate days. And my coworker is sort of an ass, and he makes me do all the work myself. So when he's not in the office, I will take his computer into the bathroom to poop with and watch YouTube videos because I don't want to get mine all toiletly. And he deserves it. So bye.
The Voss roast.
Yeah.
That's what she's watching in there.
That's the best place to watch it.
People take a computer into the toilet? I mean, how does it get toilety? I don't get it.
She means like the shit fumes.
Oh.
Okay.
That's the last thing I want.
There's fecal matter now on it.
Now a computer has to
That is
my career.
I would say a third of the secrets are petty revenge like this.
Right.
Almost all of them are these
Right.
teeny little revenges.
Right. Be nice to people because they'll get even with you.
Karma.
Although, I mean, taking a computer into the toilet seems bizarre to me. You have your phone, you know.
Right. Why not use your phone? That is weird.
Especially if it's a desktop.
All right, let's play another one.
Hi, Moshe and Natasha. This is my secret. When I was probably 12, just like slightly prepubescent age, my neighbor came over just as I had gotten out of the shower. And I'm still a nudist, but I've always been one. So I was running around the house naked when he walked in and caught a glimpse. So I ran upstairs and panicked, and my plan was to put on a outfit that was all nude, so nude stockings, nude tank top, and go back downstairs and make sure that he saw me a second time so that he would think that the first time he saw me, I was actually just wearing that skin-tight nude outfit the whole time. All right, bye.
And right then, Chris Hansen walked in with a camera.
Is there more? Hold on, keep playing it. That was it? Did she do it? I didn't understand.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, thanks.
So she ran down. That's so weird that Rose from Charleston called in for advice and a secret.
Yeah. Also, nudist. That's an interesting idea. Like,
it's also interesting to be like, I was a nudist when I was 12.
Yes.
I just don't even, I guess, I don't know what that
seems
is.
very, like, I don't know. Would a 12-year-old think to do that?
Oh, you think it's a lie?
I don't know.
Yes.
Feels like a lie. All right.
If it was me, I'd have to put on a really baggy cream colored just outfit.
That's not true.
Yeah, I'd have to go grab a baseball bat and sort of hoist it around my waist and just be like, oh, this is what you saw. Get out of here.
Okay, we'll do one more.
So my secret has to do with something I'd say most young women in college have often thought about, and that's becoming a sugar baby. And now because of COVID-19, I would only be interested in exchanging photos and other kinds of sex for money. And over the past 2 weeks, I've been downloading, then deleting, then re-downloading the various sugar daddy apps and not engaging, and only really putting half-assed pictures of me online, and not just my ass, but like blurry pictures of my legs in like tights or something. I don't know. It's like pretty pathetic. But my biggest qualm with me being a sugar baby is not my boyfriend or my morals or lack thereof. It's that I'm most probably going to have a semi-public political career, and I don't really want my 19-year-old titties to haunt me when I'm in my 40s. But on the other hand, I would like some more disposable income to funnel into Bitcoin. Plus, chatting up lonely and horny rich men sounds kind of fun, and it would give me a healthy ego boost. And I would love to know if either of you have ever considered being a sugar baby when you were a young adult. Anyways, love the pod, love the Jewish content.
What comic is that?
That was the most Gen Z secret of all time. It's like, I know for sure I'm going to be the president, but for now I was thinking about I need some extra money to invest in Bitcoin. But were you guys sugar babies when you were young? It's like, they didn't have that then.
If she's waiting to 40 to start her career, she's in trouble.
Well, no, she was like, I hope they don't surface when I'm 40, but that's when you'd want them to surface. You know what I mean? Look what I used to look like.
Oh, you want to when you want to spike? You want to spike? Yeah. That's good. Natasha, did you ever think about doing anything untoward in your early life for disposable income?
I would, and
currently,
no, I have money now. But when I didn't have any money and I was like new in LA, I did some jobs with a dominatrix. I told you about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not exactly a sugar baby. I mean, I didn't do anything like we like tarred and feathered this guy and like squirt.
Oh my God. That's so
squirt his.
You're canceled.
Wait,
He was
a white guy who wanted to be humiliated by
It's okay.
7 women.
All right.
He was white. He was white. It's okay.
And I mean, it wasn't like real tar, but like I remember getting paid like $200 and we had to shoot water guns in his asshole. And I don't know. I thought it was funny.
I remember one time this girl wanted me to spray Monster glue in her hair.
Oh, stop it.
It's Gorilla Glue.
Oh, it's Gorilla Glue. You didn't see that video? Did you see the video, the girl?
Yeah,
No.
there's a video going around of a young lady that put Gorilla Glue in her hair thinking it would, I don't know what she was thinking, but it was bad. It ended up.
Bad.
It was like she wanted it to be like slick back like that. And then she couldn't get it.
Oh, she didn't. I thought she didn't know it was Gorilla Glue.
She knew it was Gorilla Glue. She had a product that she ran out of that she did it. And then and she ran out of it. So she saw the Gorilla Glue there and she thought, oh, well, this should work the same way. Thinking that she would be able to just shampoo it out. And of course, she had to go to a plastic surgeon. She went to the ER. They could do nothing. They did nothing for her. And then she had to go to a plastic surgeon who somehow understood
glue.
Science and was able to put the right
they got
products together that broke down the glue.
They got it out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
She ran her fingers through her hair this afternoon, everybody.
Oh, I was worried about.
She's fine.
I remember the crazy glue man when he was stuck on that girder.
Well, I think that sex stuff, if you can handle it, it's not that, but I just think you don't want to be too emotional about,
Well, sugar babying is weird, right? Do you know?
I don't know exactly what is that. Is it like a website or something?
I think that there's maybe multiple websites. Sugarbaby.com or something like that was like the original. I think that now there's multiple, and it's like sex work light. Maybe they like go on dates. It's all under the veneer of this isn't sex work, but I'm here to flirt with you. And then it's very modern.
Time consuming.
It does sound time consuming.
Wait, they don't go out on dates with them and stuff like.
They go on dates. So it's not like real sex work where you're just like, here's your fee.
Yeah,
let's have sex.
Do the hand job real quick.
Yeah.
Right. And then these guys, like, they get jealous and then you got to text with them. It just seems like a lot of work.
It's like pretending to be someone's girlfriend. I think, actually, we should do a call. We should do an episode with a real sugar baby to explain to us what the difference.
Stuff, right?
Yeah, you get tricked on or something like that.
Isn't it very sex positive? Is that like what sex positive is? Like, it's like doesn't. I think it's not a negative experience. Like, I think like 20 years ago it was considered a little more negative.
I think that there's probably sugar babies that experience it really positively and sugar babies that are ashamed to be doing it. I think like anything probably.
I want to do it, but then I have to find somebody who's 85 to 90.
You got to unblock some of those people on Twitter and find somebody.
Wait, so can you tell everyone where we can find your podcast and just
anything else you got going on?
Here's the thing. Our podcast is on Laugh Button. It's called My Wife Hates Me. I'm telling you, if you two haven't seen it, this is the best roast in the history of. So listen to me. I'm telling you, it's free.
I've seen clips.
I know Bonnie was the MC, right? And I'm sure she wrote a lot of it.
It's Voss Roast. It's free on YouTube. And February 19th will be coming out on Comedy Central in the Patrice O'Neill documentary.
I saw a billboard for that, and I didn't know what it was. Were you involved in making it, or are you just in it, or what? Tell us about that.
He's got a fucking billboard. He's dead and he's doing better than me.
Even dead, he's better than me.
No, we were in it. I was good friends with Patrice. And so was Bonnie, and I was way better. So we're just in the doc, but this is going to be, a couple of people saw it already, called me today and said it's really good.
That's awesome. I'll definitely watch that.
Yeah.
So I Hate My Wife.
No,
oh, Jesus.
Please. It's My Wife Hates Me.
My Wife Hates Me. That makes more sense.
And I came up with the title.
And the Patrice O'Neill documentary, February 19th, is that right?
The documentary is February 19th, yes. This pandemic has been good for my career and Bonnie's, with King of Staten Island, HBO Max, the documentary, just when you think just stuff always, it always falls in your lap. Something always comes along. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, tonight I'm going to go in my room and go online and try to find a sugar baby. Something's going to come up.
You don't need one. You have a darling wife.
Yes.
Yes. She's my best friend.
Aww.
How
could you hate that? Bonnie, how could you hate that?
She's, and we each have our own separate bedrooms. It's great.
Do you really have separate bedrooms?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Recommend
Yes.
it.
After sex, I'm like, hey, you got to run.
Yeah.
So you could still have the experience of being like a young asshole, but then you're still married and in your house.
I always give her one of my CDs as a parting gift. You take this for yourself.
The sugar baby caller's listening right now. Like, what is a CD? What is he talking about?
You have so much to teach people.
Oh wait! I have to say one thing before they go.
Yes.
What?
Rich is one of those people who brings Bonnie coffee.
Oh, in the you bring her coffee every morning?
Oh yeah, of course.
You kick her out at night and bring her coffee in the morning?
I mean, we switch roles back and forth.
Yes, I bring her coffee, and I get up. I get the coffee ready at night. I get up, make the coffee, bring her a nice cup of coffee, and if I'm downstairs and she wants the second cup, who runs upstairs?
No,
I do. I'm telling you.
Wait, so Bonnie, you kind of like luxuriate in your own private bedroom.
Yeah.
And then are you awakened by Rich, or are you sometimes up kind of like, is there a bell you can ring?
No, he gets one thing. Our daughter, the most amazing thing about her, she gets herself up and into school. Like even when she was taking the bus, she would get herself up and take the bus. Like I never got up with her. I mean, I would sometimes have to go to the bathroom or something. But
how'd you do that? Did you train her, or was that on her own?
I don't know. I just never offered it as a maternal item. And it's just,
you're like, if you want an education, you're gonna have to get up and go.
I was like, this is what everybody does. I didn't tell her. And,
she looks in her brown paper bag lunch, and it's one of Rich's CDs. She's like, wait, this isn't lunch.
Wow, the fact that you say she's amazing because she has an alarm on her phone.
I mean, she gets herself up. But then Rich gets up and then he makes coffee and then he brings me in a coffee and then.
That's amazing. And Rich, I know a lot of 12 and 13-year-olds whose parents are like completely, consumed by the morning routine. So that is pretty amazing that Raina's kind of like, got that autonomy.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are awesome.
Well, Rich,
about her. I tell her that all the time.
That what?
What is it?
I said it's my favorite thing about her. I tell her that.
Is that she leaves?
But Rich, that's really inspiring. And I was.
What do you mean it's inspiring?
Because
you don't mean it's inspiring. You mean you want me to do it?
Yes.
That's not what inspiring means. He's better than me.
Here's your deal: either bring her coffee or move to fucking Israel with your best friend and your brother. Okay, stupid. How hard is it to make fucking coffee?
I would love to get coffee in the morning, honey.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. It's been great having you on.
Well, thank you guys so much. Listen to My Wife Hates Me, and we love you, and we'll hope to see you in LA soon.
Yes, I'd love to see you guys again. Thank you so much.
I know. How about hanging out in person again? It's been great having you on. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Oh, they're sweet. That was what I call a laugh a minute.
Well, when the Gen Z girl just started roasting Rich.
I mean, that was awesome.
But Moshe, I do feel like I could have trained you better.
Well, here's the real problem.
Because you had never had a girlfriend, so I could have been like, yeah, so here's how it goes.
Here's what
I
girlfriends
kind of sleep in, and then you make the coffee at night. You get it ready at night. That's what men do. And then the next morning, you bring it to me.
And I wouldn't have known any better.
Yeah, you would have just been like, oh, I guess. Like how the same way you had to be monogamous.
Right. I had heard of that. I had heard of monogamy. Listen, you want me to make you coffee? I'll make you coffee. The problem is I get up exactly a half hour later than you.
Right. That's because you go to sleep at like 3 a.m. like a teenager.
Well, what can I do? I am who I am. I have to go varnish an antique. I meant to bring this up to them, but Natasha, did you know this? Speaking of millennials, this feels like it'll wrap up our episode. That the antique market is apparently cratering. Because millennials and Gen Z is the one under millennial, they don't have any use or respect for antiques. It's like, it's not useful to them anymore. And so they want like new stuff that's like, tech they can
But
plug
new
in.
stuff's ugly.
Regardless, the aesthetic of the younger generation is moving away from old, beautiful things and into like modern, functional things. And as a result, apparently, I read an article, the value and the market for antiques is cratering. So I guess good news, we'll be able to get stuff at a deep discount.
More for me.
More for me.
I love old things. I'm very attracted to them. They're made better.
Yeah, they are. That's true.
I mean, if you want, I mean, we got that stupid IKEA easel today, and it was just like, it's already the second one I've gotten, and it just feels like it could fall apart so easily. And I'm just not. I don't know. I like curves.
No, I like old stuff too, but I
don't like block furniture.
But I also understand I understand why antiques aren't useful. If your thing is like, okay, I just want something that's super functional and modern. I don't want something I have to spend a bunch of money to buy and then spend a bunch of money to repair. And then once it's repaired, it still will be so old fashioned I can't plug my iPhone into it. I guess I kind of get it.
Plug your iPhone into a chest of drawers.
That's how functional they want their furniture.
Oh my God.
Natasha, your aesthetic is one of the things I love about you.
Well, thank
it
you.
made this beautiful place that we live in. And whenever I see an antique piece of furniture that's cluttering up our yard, you know what I think? I think I love you.
I love you. I think I love you too.
I think so.